There we go. We are on the starting screen. So, whew, I was up a little worn out today.
Oh,
Yeah, it's been a busy day for me again.
oh,
So, yeah. Okay, let's go right into the live stream. There we go.
I had a slow work day, but I did more when I got home.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I feel like a hobo.
Well,
Hey, Epic.
what's that?
I feel like a hobo. I'm dressed in work clothes and like
Oh,
not a nice sweater or anything like that. Hey, Lemon, how you guys doing? So, yeah, I did a thing, and I'll show you right away. So, Cringy, Chris, Gingy's husband, asked me to print something out for his car because he got in an accident with a deer. And what happened was
yes.
it broke his front grill, but he also lost his um, the emblem off the front. So he asked me to print him another emblem for his Mazda. So I know you got stream delay there, but so I printed this emblem in a nice blue. Like it's quite
It's pretty
lovely.
cool.
It's very lovely.
Yeah.
But check this out. Okay, so the emblem needed support. Okay, come on now. There we go. For those 6 pins. Okay.
Oh,
So that's
right.
this is the support. This is all the support material. All the support material used to make this. It's not that thick, but that's the support material
Oh, gotcha.
just to hold those pins off the.
So that other stuff's all waste then?
That's waste. This is all waste. I can't use this for anything else. So, but that's what you have to. That's what I have to add into it. So, good to hear.
Well, here's a good business plan. Come up with a use for that spare stuff.
There is a way to actually grind it down and make your own filament, but the costs to do something like that are just prohibitive. To buy the machinery, to grind it down, and then make your own. Plus, then what happens is you end up with filament that's all brown because when you add too many colors together, it just turns brown. It's muddy. So,
Right.
but this was his birthday present, so I thought we'll get her done, and that's what it looked like when it came off the bed. But it turned out nice. I think it turned out really well. Yeah, I've seen that too, Lemon. I think the biggest thing that concerns me is there's such a tight tolerance in the PTFE tubes. Oh, here, you know what? I know it's going to look a little janky because it's on time lapse, but I actually have the printer behind me, the one over here, set up so you can kind of see it printing. I mean, you can see the screen with me in the background on the camera that came with the little printer. So that's
Like, are you
just,
currently working on a print?
yeah, I'm currently working on four little broom holders for Mrs. Doe.
Oh,
So, yeah. So I'm actually actively working on a print right now. You're kind of off the screen though. Can't see you.
sorry.
Or
I was
they
I
can't
was
see
bending over to look at your picture.
you. So yeah, so I thought I'd just pop
That's
that in
okay.
there. Because that's what I'm doing over here as well. But what you can you see it? No, you can't see it. Mrs. Dope. Just above, like, if you're looking over here, you see there's a light up here, like at the very top of it. You got something running in the background?
Me?
Yeah. I thought
Oh,
I
I
heard
got the ball game on, but I didn't think it was loud enough that you would hear it.
Oh, I thought I heard something. Yeah. So right up above the printer back here, I actually put in an LED strip, but I printed a 45-degree angle to insert the LED strip in, so that it's pointing down and not just straight out. So I have.
Right.
Let's see if I can make my. Where's my? That's not it. Hi, Shell. My camera. Video. There we go. That's that me? Yeah, that's me. Oh, we're locked. That's why. Okay. I'm just going to see if I can braid this. There we go. There you can see the light bar up at the top now. And I want it lower so it doesn't drown anything out. But I created that 3 light strips to fit the LED lights in. And then I put them in there. I screwed it up, leveled it, and did all that. I got that done this morning. So that was the start of my day. So I did Cringy's print. I did that print for me for the lights. And now I'm doing a print for Mrs. Doe. So all 3 printers used again today.
Printing up a storm.
Yep. Well, and the thing is, and as I realized today, I'm really glad I have the 3 different size beds to use. This one is perfect because it's not a big print. So I can get 4 of them on this little bed, which is only 7 inches. I mean, it's 7 by 7. It's not a big bed at all. So 7 inches, you know.
I think you shrunk my picture. That's why I was off center.
Oh, did I? Let's see.
I'm just teasing you. I don't care. Because I really had to move my camera over. But it's fine. It's
there. Now you're bigger.
if
Now
you
you
go
can be
change it
anywhere.
now, I'll have to move the camera.
No, now you can lean over to your left a little more. So I just widened it for you.
There you go.
Yeah.
Make me a little wider. That's what I need.
You're printing the Ultimate Player's D&D tome at the moment. Now that's a tome. That's like a book. Because a tome and a tomb are 2 different things. And both could be used in D&D. Sorry, I have to shake this. So, yeah, and now here's the thing. Lemon there, he prints in resin. And I just print it with filament, right? So, little different printing, but yeah, it's the book that replaces the stat sheet. Okay, there we go. Cool. Have you seen some of the dice rollers that they come out with? The D&D dice rollers? Oh my God, they're amazing. And you can print them and like they fold up and hold your dice, and it's the coolest stuff there. I know you were talking about D&D last time. And you just pop the dice in the top, and it rolls down a set of things and comes out the bottom.
So it rolls it for you, essentially.
Yep. Oh, you have a castle with a dragon on it. There you go. Yep. Oh, and your dad has a film.
Well, I know we've talked about playing D&D online, but I haven't done any research into that because I got so much else going on right now.
Oh yeah.
Mind you, if something came up, I wouldn't turn it down, but I'm not actively being the leader in the process right now.
Oh, totally understandable. Totally. So yeah, so that's why
There's got to be something out there where you can play online with people from all over. I mean,
oh, there has to be, yeah. Yeah, so that's what my day's been like. So it's been very busy.
well, because of all the rain we had, my day at work was not very busy.
No, I would imagine not.
No. For those that don't know, I work at a golf course, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. Golfers don't like the rain.
No, they don't. And especially when the course is so wet that they're not allowed to have carts on the course.
Makes total sense. But hey, come on, man up, get out there. Oh,
Well, yeah, maybe for some, but for some of the seniors, no, that's not going to work.
that makes sense. So you said you did more when you got home than when you
Well, yeah, so well, I borrowed some diamond harrows to rake my driveway. I did the neighbors, like a neighbor that I communicate with quite a bit, and then the other neighbor 2 doors down goes, "Well, how much would you charge me to do mine?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm not going to charge you. I'll just come and do it." But I'm still a little old school. I'm not going to charge my neighbors.
yeah, yeah. Well, that's the thing. Our
And
neighbors,
for what it cost me, I mean, it cost me a little bit of time and a little bit of fuel in my riding mower. So
yeah. Well, our neighbors
I think I can handle that.
out of town for basically the summer, and I've picked stuff up from her for her that Amazon's delivered until she can get into town and,
Right.
and grab it. You just do stuff for your neighbors. It makes good neighbors.
Hmm. Yeah, well, it makes a good neighborhood, is what it does.
Yeah. Well, and
So, anyways, I did that as soon as I got home because of all the rain. The driveways are nice and soft, right? So it just rakes up a lot nicer.
oh, absolutely.
So, yeah, I did that, and then I think I'd shown you pictures of a planter that I had made.
I don't recall.
I don't know if I have any pictures. I might have to go out and take a picture of it. But actually, rather than looking through my pictures, that would be easier. I'll do that right away here. But I made one little design flaw when actually, you know what? I'll go take a picture, then I can explain it better. I'll be right back.
I don't know what happened there. It just kind of cut out for a minute and then resized itself. We don't need all that black. Then we can move it over there and we can make it bigger. There we go. There you go. Now you can see. Like it's in I'm using the camera that came with the A1 Mini, the printer right here. There's a camera right about there that comes standard with the A1 Mini. But all it does is it does time, like it doesn't do real time, it does time lapse. So yeah, this has been a week where I didn't get a new product done or anything. I've been a little busy. And I was going to show you.
One thing I've been seeing a lot of lately, it is a lot of, and I mean, I'm sure it's just people getting it out more now, but a lot more of the hate Trump stuff's out,
Oh, of course. Yeah.
or at least I've been seeing.
I haven't been paying attention. I've been too busy to pay attention at this point.
Yeah. Well, I know I'm a lot happier when I don't pay attention.
Yep.
But
I'm trying to show you I'd like to get it bigger so you can see it.
sorry, I got distracted.
That's okay. This is
What is that? The dice you're dropping?
Yeah, this is a dragon dice tower. See, there's a dragon at the top there.
Yeah.
And you put the dice in the top and they roll down and come out the courtyard. And that's what There's a whole bunch of different styles. Like you can do all sorts of things. It's just the coolest thing. And opening up. And these are all just dice rollers right here.
Cool.
So,
Well, it never hurts to have an automatic roller, right?
yeah, like there's even a staircase one right here. I know I'm blocking us off, but there's a staircase one. There's all sorts of stuff. Here's a book.
So when
one.
you're ready to roll, you put whatever dice you want to roll for whatever you're doing, that's what you put in there.
Yeah, you put it in the top and it comes out the bottom and rolls it for you. Like here's a GIF of one right here. So you put it in the top, it just rolls down and comes out with the number.
Huh. Well, that makes sense.
And there's ones that have like you're not I'm on the wrong page. Let's go back. There's ones that have like this book one here. You close the book, you put it in the top and it goes down like a staircase and comes out, you know?
That's actually pretty cool.
Right? And then this
you can carry it like a book, right?
yeah, plus the bottom here.
It looks like it's got a section there that fits in there for carrying the dice.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah, I was just gonna say. This section here
cool.
fits inside and carries your dice for you. It's very cool. So, but yeah, that's. Oh, you just sent a picture. So that's what they have available. I mean, there's so much. Once you go on Maker World, you sent me a picture of yours, Lemon. Okay, we're just gonna pop over to Lemon here, so they might see. You can see Darren in the corner there, but this is Lemon's right here. Might be a little small, but that's a pretty extensive one. What size plate did you use it on? We're gonna copy that. Copy link. Be back over here. Go back here. There we go. You're back up.
Boo.
Oh, that's a 15-hour print too. Let's go to Chrome. We'll just bring Chrome up here. It's just in a different color here. But this is the one he's talking about. Like it's got castles and dragons and very nice. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, okay. Let's bring it down a little bit.
That lime green though, you can see the detail better, like
Yeah.
on a picture or any.
Yeah. I'm just trying to zoom it into the right area. Like, okay, I see. You put it in this top one here. It flows down to this next one, into there, and then it comes out. It must have a drain that comes down here and out into the courtyard. This is beautiful.
That is pretty cool.
Here still needs to be painted. Yeah. Oh, I could definitely see that.
Oh, it's gonna look even better once it's painted.
Yeah. What color did you?
Especially because she's got.
I'm wondering what color you base painted or you base printed it in.
Well, pretty dark, whatever it was.
I think I'd want to print it in a gray. Or oh yeah, his was black. I think I'd want to paint it in a gray, and then it's easier to do stone. Like you could add brown and green and blacks to it to make it look like a stone fortress. So
Mm, yeah.
so
Well, and black, you're always in danger of having to put well, especially on white, right?
yeah,
How
yeah,
many coats you got to get to, if, well, that is if you want it white.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The dark, I'd use a dark gray, and then you could add highlights and low lights, and oh, that would be a fun project to paint too. I think, anyways.
That'd be a big one.
Yeah, that's a 15-hour print. I'm
But
curious.
even the painting,
Would be a big
the
project. Yeah.
painting's going to take a while. Yeah. I mean, but it'll be fun.
Oh, it would be, and you don't have to do it so that you're done right away. I mean, you do it as you have time.
Right, exactly.
So yeah. So that's been my day. Oh, that no, you didn't send me that. That's a really nice planter.
Well, see, I did it in different,
Different levels.
like different tier.
Yeah.
Right. But what my little boo-boo, I mean, it's no big deal. It just took a little work to go and fix it. Like you can see, like in the rectangle closest to you, at the back there, I had to put in some white wood there.
Right.
That's because I didn't have anything to brace against putting wood in. I mean, dirt in. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Just didn't think of it when I was doing it is all. And it's like 'cause what I have in there right now is just some compost.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well,
So I went to put the compost in. And I'm like, uh-oh, I have a hole. So yeah,
yeah.
all fixed though. That's what I fixed today. So now it's dirt ready.
Good. There you go. Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it was
So
nice
yeah.
enough. The sun was shining. I said I have to get outside and do something outside because it's supposed to be crappy all week. And if I don't get something done now, then
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
won't get done.
Exactly. And I just yeah. Well, the plan, let's see, I still have more plans that I need to do. Like we got a sheet of stainless steel for behind the why are you stopping? I'm not stopping you. For behind the stove, we still want to get the stove
Oh,
taken care of.
right.
Yeah, so there's lots of things that we still have that we want to get done. It's just finding the energy sometimes because you do a couple things
Oh,
during
I
the
get
day
it.
and that's it. Like I'm just
Especially because now that I'm getting earlier in the day, like for work, I'm struggling.
yeah. Well, and
Like
I'm
sometimes I
really
come home now and I'll have a nap.
I wanted a nap today, but I was just too busy.
Got to make time for a nap, Bob. It's important.
Uh, Today, apparently, Mrs. Doe's broom holders were more important.
You know,
So yeah. Yeah, Lemon, this one, I don't know if you can see right here. That's my AMS right here. I can do a 4-color multi-print on this machine. This is the smallest machine I own, and I can do 4 colors on it.
right.
My second machine, the medium machine, I can also do 4-color prints. And on my large one, I can do an 8-color print. Plus, it has 2 heads, so it reduces the amount of waste. So, yeah, I'm multi printing. So I have 3 3D printers. That makes it a 9D. Get it? So the only thing I got done today was the word of the day. That's it. That's all I. And I think this one fits us because this is what we try to do: is we try to be candid or can't have candor. Full of it, Bart? Full of what? The quality of being open, honest, and sincere expression and straightforwardness and truthfulness, especially when discussing difficult or embarrassing subjects. Which is important. I think, it goes to the quality of discussion, and that's what this was all about, right? Was for us to have discussions with people about things that might not be as comfortable as they might think or as they might like. So I thought candor fit in with the whole theme of what we're trying to do in the first place, because that's exactly what we want to be: open, honest, and sincere, and to try and get to the truth. So,
And we've been pretty tame so far, to be honest.
considering our private conversations when we have them, yeah. Oh, we've been tame.
Yeah. Well, but we both know some of those private conversations, it's not that we can't have them online. We just have to clean them up.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, well, and honestly, because we blow off steam to each other, and we know, and that's the problem. Online, people take offense to the slightest thing, and take what you say out of context, and they'll use it out of context. And
Yeah, for sure. But I think you make a good point there. It's like just blowing off steam. We don't mean anything. We just want to get it off our chest.
yeah,
And I think that's part of that whole hurt feeling group, where they just don't understand that somebody just needs to blow off steam. They're not trying to hurt anyone. We're not looking to get
Yeah.
on someone's bad side, make them upset. If you get upset, that's on you.
yeah, yeah. And if you're, and
Nothing's
that's,
meant that way.
yeah, and that's a great thing, because if you get upset, why are you upset? What was said that made you upset, and why did it upset you?
It's funny you say that, because that's exactly the way I analyze it.
Yeah,
If I get upset at something or whatever, then I'll step back and I'll go, wait a minute, why did I get upset at that? And
Yep.
a good chunk of the time, it was me just overreacting.
yeah. And I've started to do that more myself. Like, should I get upset about that, or am I misunderstanding something, or was something not meant the way I might have taken it? And that's the thing, because we can interpret something in one way or another, but that may be based on our emotions, on our feelings, on oh, hi, Spicy Park, on whatever we're going through at the time, rather than using our brains to rationalize it out and saying, well, what's the purpose behind that, right? Was it meant
Right.
for this? So I've started to just ask, was it meant to do this? Was it meant to do that? Was it,
Right. Like, don't take offense to something if that's not the way it was meant.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
And I don't have a problem with that. Like, did you mean it this way? No, what I was trying to say was this. I'm like, perfect. I got no problem with that.
Exactly.
But not everyone
So-
follows that simple little.
No, but that's something that if somebody learns anything, like if I learn something on when we're talking, great. If somebody else learns something when we're talking, great. That's really the extent of what we want. Is we want to learn, and we want to through discussion, whatever it may be.
Well, I like to think it, as long as you're learning stuff, like, and at least learn something every day if you can. And I'm not saying you got to retain it, you got to remember it all, but just learn something. I consider my day a win if I've learned something.
Yeah. Oh, and today was so much fun, because to put this light system up that I have behind it now, I actually had to modify a file, and I had to learn how to modify it to get it to do what I wanted it to do. So that was so much fun.
Right.
Because yeah, I love to learn.
Have to learn, sometimes I don't retain it all, and that's fine. It's just, I mean, not everything in the world can interest everybody, right?
Well, yeah, I have a hard time with that because almost everything interests me. You know,
Well, no, I mean, yes, I understand that, but I mean, it's just, you just can't investigate and do everything.
no, you can't.
You
It's
have
the
to pick
hardest.
your favorites or your preferred.
Yeah, it's the hardest thing in life is trying to get to learn everything that you might want to learn.
Just got to prioritize, I guess, as part of it too. Like if it's going to be crappy weather the rest of the week, now that I'm kind of got my outside stuff done. I mean, I've got a lot more, but I want to get to work on that birdhouse too. So
Yeah,
it's not going to be hard. The hardest part for me is going to be drawing it up.
yep, yep.
But
It's
I mean, it won't be hard. I just got to focus on it. I mean,
and things have been crazy here for even for Mrs. Doe. I mean, she went and changed her entire room around the other day
oh,
just to make it more convenient for her.
right.
So we've both been doing a lot, and
Well, it's nice to have a change once in a while, right?
yeah, and it's just taking its toll. So, like, I mean, I cleaned out my. It all started. She brought in a chair, that my backup chair, the one that I had to get a replacement part and fix, for gaming. She brought this chair in here, and I'm going, oh, I have such a mess in here already. It's taking up so much room. So I decided, that's it. I'm cleaning it up. So I cleaned it all up. Took a long time. Cleaned out my closet so it would fit into the closet. Like I have a shelf in the closet, but it kind of fits half into the closet. So it's out of the way. It leaves me with a lot of room now. And then I decided to get the printer, which was right after she brought that. So Misha and I, we're sitting there chatting one morning, and he goes, well, now I'm looking at the Steam sale, pardon me, the bamboo sale, not the Steam sale. We did Steam last night, but bamboo lab sale, and like they got some good prices. I'm going, yeah, they do, like 38 to 41% off that guy right there. Like that's almost half price. So
Right.
he's going, you know what? I'm thinking I might. I'm going, oh, you know what? It is almost too good a deal not to get, right? So within 20 minutes,
And that's
we both,
the one that you have right now, right?
the one that's working right there. Yeah. So within 20 minutes, we both bought one. And it was like, what was it? Tuesday, I think it was. Mine came on Thursday. So it came like 3 days later. It was like, I was not quite expecting it that early, but then I had to clean all of the shelf off and this area right here so I could get it set up. And then I had to set it up, which now granted, they come to put together really well and packaged nicely so that you just take off a few supports and you're ready to print. So it's an amazing little machine. But it took a lot of work for me to get all of this stuff, which was like this whole shelf was quite loaded with 3D prints, as you can tell, like right here. There's a bunch of 3D prints. So that I've had a lot of 3D prints and stuff on here. I had my freaking Viking helmet on there too, which I cannot figure out where to put now.
Oh,
So I'm doing all of this work. Got everything set up, and then the kids came. Now, having the kids here is great, but it's tiring. because, you know, they like to do a lot of stuff, but this actually kept
They're
them
very
really
busy.
quite busy because I printed them a bunch of stuff. And I showed you the How to Train Your Dragons dragon for Bobby.
Right. That was for
So
his birthday, right?
that was for his birthday, yeah. But they both got like balloon cars and a bunch of other stuff. They wanted
Oh,
a
balloon,
benchy.
yes.
Yeah, so they got nice little gift bags to take home.
Right.
Um, so yeah, so that by the end of the weekend, what was it? I think Gingy came and picked them up on Tuesday. I want to say Tuesday. I feel like, yeah, Tuesday was Bobby's birthday. Your birthday was Tuesday, right? Last
Yes,
week.
that's right.
Yeah, because yours and Bobby's have the same birthday. So, um,
That's right.
yeah, so they picked him up on Tuesday. Um, and then I decided I'm gonna clean my shelf out in my closet so I have some room to store some filament up here.
Oh, yeah.
I tell you, I just keep finding stuff that I want to do, and my brain says, "Well, yeah, you could do it. It's not that hard," and I get so worn out afterwards because
Yep.
you still have that 30-year-old brain, right, where you're young and invincible. But we're almost 60.
Once upon a time, it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah, you are 60. I'm almost 60.
Yeah.
So, and happy birthday, by the way. I know he said happy birthday on your birthday and stuff, but still,
Yeah.
one more month and Mrs. Doe comes to 60.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and if I did my application correctly, I I should be getting my first CPP check next month.
oh, nice. 1 month and 1 day, epic. 1 month and 1 day. Actually, yeah, it's 29th day, so it'd be a month from tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, Mrs. Doe's gonna look into some of that stuff too. Like, I mean, she's gonna start with 1 month from tomorrow. Yeah, 1 month and 1 day. That's why I say it. That's why I say it. 1 month from tomorrow. Technically, 1 month and 1 day.
There you go.
So yeah, things are, yeah, moving along.
Well, we looked at it and we talked to our financial guy too. And he did the math and it's like, because you take a reduction by taking it at 60,
Yeah.
but it was either 13 or 14 years before you start losing out on that. So you can collect for 13, 14 years before you start to notice that loss.
Oh, really?
You spicy little
Yeah.
fox.
Yeah, you got to look into both and see where you go from there. And you know what?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong, even if you take pension, that you couldn't still work if you wanted to.
You can. Oh, that's
So-
what I'm going to do. I'm still going to work.
Yeah. Oh, I was going to
It's
say.
it just helps the bills. Like it makes the bills a little easier to pay. That's all.
Yeah.
And I mean, like I hope I live longer than 73, but I mean, really, a lot can happen in 13 years.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot can. You're right.
Oh yeah. So Mrs. Doe just made that good point, right? Because you think you can wait and get full pension at 65. Well, a lot can happen in 5 years too.
That's true. That is true. Yep.
I mean, if you're out driving around on the road, you're at risk of an accident. You just are.
Oh yeah. And as you get older, you never really know how that accident is gonna hit you anymore. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, I hope we don't get into any accidents, but I mean,
I hope not. But you just don't know anymore, especially with some of the drivers that drive, some of the new drivers that are here.
well, uh, I mean, new drivers are always at a higher risk, right? Even
Yeah.
even the younger ones just getting their license.
Yeah, it's
I
true.
mean, that's just the way that works.
Was the paperwork hard to do? It shouldn't be.
We do it all online.
Yeah.
Like it didn't even, I mean, I don't remember, but I would easily say under a half hour.
Yeah. Probably less time it took to do the census.
Actually, I didn't do it. Michelle did it.
We did it together because we had some questions that I didn't know. So, and that was mostly about her working. So we did it
Yeah,
together.
no, I mean, I mean, it's not 100%, but there's a calculator that you can use to see how much you would get for the CPP as well.
Oh, there we go. Now I have to look into that.
And then once you actually apply, then they give you a range. Like I'm not even sure what I'm getting, to be honest with you, but we know we know approximately where it's going to be at. So
Yeah.
um,
And that's what matters.
and like I say, it was just a matter of like I said, I'm still going to work. Now I'm just going to work less.
Yeah.
I mean,
And that's
I look at that. Isn't that what retirement money is supposed to be for? Work, like not work.
work less. Yeah.
Well, I mean, for me, I can't stop working, but I can work less.
Right. Yeah. Oh,
And then I'm contemplating next year maybe taking out a little bit of my like to start withdrawing some of my RSPs.
yeah. There you go.
But we'll see. I mean, I don't know. We're going to kind of deal with that on a sort of a case by case basis. It's where are we at? What are we going to do?
Yeah. Yeah. You got to play it by ear because you never know what's going to happen.
Right.
So,
Well, and for me at the golf course, I mean, so now I get laid off for the winter. So during the winter, well, last winter I collected EI, right?
right.
But if I work less in the summer, then my EI in the winter will be less too. So I think what I'll end up trying to go for is maybe a happy medium. Like I don't know if the numbers work, but to say maybe work like 3 days a week during the winter,
Ooh.
and then maybe a combination of some weeks 3, some weeks 4 in the summer. Whatever we need to do to pay the bills, right? I mean,
Yeah,
that's what it's
exactly.
going to come down to.
Yeah. Well, I had to sneeze there. Kit, how you doing? You thought you were following me. Well, welcome in. We don't get as spicy as over with Mrs. Doe or with Misha, but hopefully you enjoy yourself. We do try to have fun still.
Yeah. Well, we haven't even really done any like serious topics. Like
No.
I think it's just just finding well, for me it is because you're online more, right? So for me this is just kind of getting used to actually being online.
Yeah, absolutely. This is like dipping your toes in right now.
Right.
And you're right. There's a very sensitive. There's a very. You have to be aware because people are very sensitive online. But that's why we keep reiterating, right? Hi, Misha. What's for dinner? You got to keep reiterating that you know, we're not here to offend anybody. Just because you don't like what somebody says, you know, doesn't mean you're right, but that doesn't mean we're right. So we're willing to discuss it, and you know, we want open, productive, polite dialogue. That's what we're here
Well,
for.
I think it's funny what you say there, like, we're not looking to offend anyone or to cause any grief, but it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But it's not because it's what we're trying to do.
Nope. We just
We're just trying to have candor, right?
yeah, we're trying to be candid about which is a subset of candor.
Right.
We're trying to be candid with what's going on in the world. We want to find the truth. And truth is, and I can't state this enough, truth is not subjective. Truth is objective. It's objective by fact. It is not how you feel. It is based on fact. So
Exactly.
that's what we're trying to get to. If we hurt your feelings, well, that's not intentional. But we are from the 80s and 70s and 80s, and we grew up not really caring about feelings. So, I mean, even
Well,
as close,
we didn't think about any feelings.
no, even as close friends, we used to razz each other and you know, cut each other down left, right, and center. Right? It was part of the, you know, see who could, almost like the do your mama jokes. How they have a whole culture of your mama jokes where they'll try to be as negative and hurtful as possible, and you know, you take it in stride, right? Because
Well, there's a
yeah,
few. It's going to sound, I mean, a little cliche, but I can remember a few times rubbing dirt in my wounds just so I could keep going.
yeah,
And I mean, we're well aware that that's not a smart thing to do, but
no, not anymore.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Before the 90s, yeah, you're right. Before the 90s, it was a totally different era. You really just, because when we grew up, we didn't have, both our parents had to work, and basically they just said, go out and do your thing. You know, I'm 11, 12 years old, and I'm driving like, I'm riding my bike across the city of Saskatoon, right? Like, I had no boundaries. But and that's what blows my mind about reducing the speed limit in school zones from 40 kilometers an hour, which was bad enough, to 30 kilometers an hour. For those of you who don't know, 50 kilometers an hour is 30 miles an hour, up or thereabouts. So I don't know what the equivalence is, but we used to walk across roads, walking home back and forth from home to school, that would terrify kids today. You know, because we'd walk across like wherever we needed to go, but we knew to be safe. We were taught, you know, look both ways. So, and I actually got pissed off at a kid walking who decided to walk off the when I had a green light, and he decided to just go anyways. Yeah, I may have called him a dumbass and, you know, a few other names, but and I had my window open. I didn't care because I'm just done with the stupidness of society. It is not about you. We live in a society based on courtesy, so that we all get along in the same society, right? There are rules in place, even unspoken rules, that make society gel rather than tear it apart. And when you start to break those rules and you start to do just whatever you want, society will tear itself apart, and you need to be put in your place, honestly.
Yep.
So
Well,
I'm getting to the point, like the girl.
That's the problem. I know we talked about it a lot. but I mean, yeah, I mean, people just aren't held accountable now.
No, there needs to be more accountability for everyone. I mean,
Yeah.
there came a time where we learned accountability because if we screwed up, if we did something stupid, we were going to get hurt, period. You know, if we were not,
In so many different ways.
darts, uh, that's dart. Oh, that's darts. His name's Darren. And, you know, and we'll call each other by our real names too, Darren and Bob. So it's just one of those things.
Well, that's also partially me being new to the whole online thing, and I don't think of those other names, right?
Yeah, and it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. I mean, holding accountability, yeah. And that's the key, right? I mean, it's one of the reasons I told the girl at Burger King, when I told her to put it back, and I held her to account. She did something wrong, and everybody around needed to know she did something wrong. It was more about shaming her than anything, because it's just, people do need to be held to account. I wish there would have been a way for her for someone who she knew, like her parents or brother or something like that, to get that back to her parents, right?
Right.
Yeah, darts is correct. Nope, it is darts. Darts, Bart and darts. That's where BD comes in, Bart and Dart.
I answer to a lot of different things, though.
Hey You works just fine too.
Hey, you, yeah. I mean, I'd rather not be called some of those bad names, but I mean, I've answered to those too. So
Yeah, it's not going to hurt our feelings because we're used to it.
see, but see, that's also a thing where if we did something dumb, we expected to be called dumbass. Like we
Oh, yeah.
expected to be like
Called out for
reprimanded, if you will.
Well, not
Called
only
out,
expected,
reprimanded.
we
Yeah,
knew
it's just-
shit. We knew shit was going to come down and come down pretty hard.
Well, even just the peer pressure, like you're going to get teased pretty bad. It's just
Oh yeah,
don't
Yeah.
say and do stuff. Don't say and do stupid stuff.
yeah. I mean, and that's the
Well, I like yeah. Don't call me late for dinner because I like to eat.
yep. Yeah, and that's the way
You had
people need to
commented
be.
about you had commented about information earlier, and I've had this written down and seeing how you've kind of given me an
Segued?
in here.
I've segued it. Okay, go for it.
You did, yeah. So how, because of all the bullshit online, like news wise, I mean, I brought it up where, like right now, there's I'm seeing a whole bunch of anti-Trump stuff. Well, that's just because somebody has decided that that's what I'm going to see right now. So how do we get to the bottom of stuff, like the real, like, is there a true news source out there, or more than one?
Very few, actually, especially in Canada. Understanding how news works. For those of you who aren't in Canada, Canada has essentially propaganda news. All of the news outlets, the major news outlets, are paid for or supported by the government. They're not true independent media, so there is no real source of news coming into Canada. See, and even outside sources.
There's that
of news.
Black Box, but they're local, right?
Black Box is North America. Like they're all of North America. But there's independent media. You've got to find some independent media sources and independent journalists who are willing to call out the media for their own nonsense. I mean, this is the problem we're having in Canada. Canada has banned media from being. I'm sorry, I got to take my shoes off. Canada has banned media from being without paying, being even on social media. So we don't have any news
There's
sources.
lots of things I can't see on social media right now.
Yeah, exactly. And so there's this big ban on social media in Canada for anything that doesn't pay social media to be there. So you can't get links to outside news sources or non-Canadian content. What we have is the mainstream media, which is all supported by the government, who have the monopoly on both audio and visual media. So unless you can find an alternate source and an alternate, and I do find that TikTok and I can find people who have alternate views on TikTok and Twitch or Twitter, pardon me, X, it's now called. But yeah, there's not a lot of reliable news sources here in Canada that have an unbiased opinion. And here is the problem in the first place. We've gone away from reporting. We used to, in the 70s and 80s, we had what were called reporters. They were not journalists. Okay. So I'm just going to bring this a little bit closer right here. So let's get crazy. So what we have now are journalists. They come out of a university with a journalist degree, and they are looking to not inform you of what's going on, but to write a narrative about what's going on. So you have to be aware of what you're getting as news, so that you can actively look at things. Like there's a lot of like I see so much stupid news coming out of places like the Globe and Mail, and these used to be respected news sources that have turned into propagandists.
Yeah.
Because it's a journalist trying to write a narrative rather than report what's going on. And if they're not reporting what's going on, they're not doing their job.
Well, doesn't that, I love the way I ask these questions. Doesn't that seep into our whole school system too?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, like, man, you're going to get me. You're going to get me going. It's absolutely true. Our whole school system has been corrupted, and we're not teaching reading, writing, and arithmetic anymore. And now we're indoctrinating and doing all these social justice things in schools, which have no place there. They're not necessary. You go to school to be taught a certain set of skills. That's what school is for, to teach you skills, not to teach you whatever social justice thing is next in their agenda. Any teacher who does that shouldn't be a teacher. I mean, you need math, you need to learn history, you need to learn history from someone without a bias towards history that's just giving you the facts of history. You need to learn. Go ahead.
History is a fact-based thing.
But so many people have obfuscated. Okay, that's a big word. Obfuscate. The best way to.
I have no problem telling you to dumb that down for me. I'm not saying I'm dumb.
And I think I've put this one up there. Obfuscate. It's to confuse, bewilder, and make unclear. Okay, sorry. I do tend to use big words. I know I know they're the right words for the job, and I just use them. So
No, and that's fine. I don't mind. Like, I like learning the words. I'm just not likely to remember them because I'm not going to.
well, and
It's not
here's
the
the
way I
thing.
talk, right?
Yeah, but I don't know why I started I learned all these words when I was young, and they just happen to stick with me. So when I'm talking even to my kids when we were schooling them at home, I would use big words. I would talk to them. I would not dumb things down for them. I never wanted to dumb things down. I'm glad, Lemon, because it's not a lot of people do. So, but they're trying to confuse the situations with alternate realities in especially in history. Oh, I got delivery coming. So we need to be fact-based. I'm going to go deep right here, and I'm going to go into the 215 missing children in BC right now, okay? Thank you, Mrs. Doe. There are no bodies. They are based on ground penetrating radar that said there are anomalies, okay? Which is,
Gotcha.
I understand there might be anomalies, but they were given millions and millions of dollars to dig and make sure and to check for these children that are supposed to be missing, right? Nothing's ever happened. All this money just flew into the and I'll be honest, I think they're grifters. So all this money flew into these people that were supposed to be checking on it and making sure and seeing if it was real or not, and nothing ever came of it. They never did. There's not one hole to find out if there's actually a body down there, but they're still perpetuating this myth that there are 215 missing kids there. You know?
That sounds very much like Oak Island.
Oh, okay. I don't know about Oak Island, but Alrighty.
Well, they're digging for a buried treasure there, and they have
okay.
found lots of anomalies. And
Yeah.
I mean, I'm being a little facetious or being a little silly there, but I mean, yeah, there's lots of anomalies there, but they haven't found the treasure yet.
Thank you. They're just toothpicks.
My print, that is just about done.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
This seems a little small.
So those handles you're doing there, do those screw into the wall and then the
They
broom
do.
handle sits in it?
Yep, that's
kinda
exactly what
it
they
looks
do.
like, yeah.
And there you can kind of see it now. There's Mrs. Doe going by. Yeah, now they just got to cool off and then we can pop them off the plate. See?
And they're just bent in a little bit, so they just snap in.
Well, it should just sit in there and the handle should sit. There, it made some noises.
Oh yeah, the handle would hold it up too. Yeah.
Well, the base of the broom, you sit the broom, whatever they're called, the head up, and it just sits on there. Let's see. I think I just closed it. So yeah, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, nope, shush. Specifically right now, what I'm talking about is the residential school situation in BC. There was a residential school that 5 years ago or something like that, where it was claimed that all of these children were murdered and stuff like that, and that's serious. If you're going to say children were murdered, you need to bring some proof to the table. You need to bring something to the table, not just allegations. So what they've done is they said, okay, well, they've got anomalies on ground penetrating radar, and it's been shown by the schematics of the residential school that was right where the sewer system went. So it could have been left over, and that's the thing. We need to we need to either, if you make an allegation, you have to bring something, especially as serious as murder. You know, you have to bring to the table something that is more than anomaly. If they, and
Well, you would
the thing
think
is,
so.
there was supposed to be digging going on, right? They were paid to actually do these excavations, and the excavations never happened. We're, what are we, how many millions of dollars in at this point, and not one shovel has hit the ground. So, but they're
Wow.
still, and this goes back to how they're still continuing the myth that this happened, and that goes to history, right? Because there's historical records kept by the administrators for that facility that prove and say much different things, right? So that's where school history needs to stop with bringing in stuff that is stuff like this, because they've made it into a big protest day at schools and stuff like that. You've got to stop bringing in things that are unverified and only base your curriculum on fact-based, evidence-based history. So
Yep.
that's
Yeah,
what I was
I
saying.
have no. I
That-
personally don't have a problem with, if you're gonna, bring these things up in school and, stand behind them, but they have to be fact-based, right?
Yeah, if there's no evidence and it's never been proven, you're teaching wrong. You're teaching something wrong. That's not teaching, that's indoctrination. Because you have an ideology that you're basing it on that you want to promote.
It's almost like you're hoping that you're going to be able to prove that.
Oh, they
You should have
absolutely
to
are.
prove it first. Kind of like law, right?
You should always have to prove things first. Proof is it's what's necessary in life, right? I mean, let's for a second here. Let's talk about Lemon. Lemon just had to. Lemon's actually a master. He just did his master's thesis in marine biology. Still haven't gotten to read the
cool.
whole thing. Yeah, but he had to back up. Like he had to quantify his theory in front of his professors, right? So he had to have the proof to show them that he was correct in his thesis. It's, if we live that way for everything else, why would we start bringing in things that aren't proven or factual?
Well, that's because it fits the
A
narrative.
narrative, and that's the key, because we have a situation where we're running the same thing with newspapers, right? Or the news nowadays, not newspapers because that's kind of obsolete, but we're doing the same thing with news organizations nowadays, where they're bringing in journalists who are trying to create the narrative rather than to tell you what's going on. And that's the same thing that's happening in schools. They're trying to create to teach a narrative rather than teaching you what actually happened. And we can't have that. That doesn't promote a positive outcome for any students. Students should be going to school to learn a set of skills to continue on to the next stage, to be functional members of society. Plain and simple. That's what you need to do. And I'm not talking functional members of society as in people who go to university just to teach university. That's a problem I have in itself, right? Institutionalized education is kind of a navel gazing situation where people go into university just to teach university. Well, how do you teach university when you can just when you can wrote the things that are there and you have no real world experience? You're not advancing the intelligence of the university program by not adding to it, just regurgitating what's there. So it's one of those things where I just,
Well, yeah, I mean, but it seems like there seems to be a lot of agendas, is what seems to be the problem.
that is exactly the problem. Too many people want what they believe to be believed by everybody, right? So they create narratives to direct that. What they're not doing is they're not looking at truth and facts. They just want what they want. And I don't know why everybody feels like they have to have a narrative rather than just have the truth. Truth should be the goal of every person. Without truth, we're a lost society.
Well, but the truth doesn't get people ahead, or
Yeah.
sorry, doesn't get some people ahead.
And that's what I was talking about with the people that I said I basically believe it's a grift. It's a way to make money off of a false narrative. And if it comes about that it's false, will they have to pay it
100%.
back? Will they have to? What'll happen? What are the consequences? What kind of accountability will happen if your allegations are false? We need consequences to people falsely alleging things, to falsely, there's not enough people in higher government that have appropriate consequences to their negative actions. Plain and simple.
Yes, I agree.
There should be.
See, but that's
You know-
okay. I led you down a pretty good topic. That was okay.
That's not bad, but I'm not done.
Yeah, I know. Well, the problem is that that's never going to be done, though.
No. Well, I'm not even done with the topic because we've gone into accountability in government now, right? And I believe that that anyone who serves the public should be held to the highest state of accountability. If you do something that's illegal, you should be in jail. Plain and simple. If these ethic violations that have happened with the Canadian government so vastly since the party that's in charge has been there, so openly and vastly been ethically challenged. The fact that a government used, I got a good one for you. The fact that a government used,
I love that you use the word vastly. That's awesome.
well, that's what it is.
Well, I know. I mean, but there again, that's a word not a lot of people would use, right?
So, the fact that a government used what was considered the War Measures Act. Okay, let's be honest. That's what it was called before it was called the emergency measures. It was the War Measures Act, and that was only used against people who were trying to openly create war against you.
Right.
That was used on Canadian citizens protesting. The people who initiated that should all be in jail. It was deemed illegal by 3 different courts now. And they committed a crime. They committed a crime against Canadian citizens, but they're not paying the price. There's no consequence for it. As a public servant, you should have a heavier penalty for doing that, something like that. So I was
As a matter of fact, you're giving him a very nice pension too.
absolutely, he should not have anything like that. I heard something the other day that says, what's that?
Should be stripped of your pension if you do that.
Yeah, absolutely, you should be, and in
Who's
jail.
paying that pension?
The people he attacked. Mrs. Doe's getting riled up now too. So I saw something the other day, and it said, the police and the justice system are not benign. Okay, they're not a negative force. They're not benign. I need to look up the description because I can't think of it offhand. No. benign, having little or no detrimental effect or harmless, okay? Of no danger to health, malignant, or disease causing. So the police and the justice system are not benign. That means that they do not they are not things that don't cause harm, okay? They are a system of violence. That's a big thing to say, that the justice system and the police are a system of violence. But it's true. And you saw that with the trucker protest. It was the police that went against unarmed civilians with weapons and all of the stuff that these civilians didn't have, right? And if you don't believe,
but they through the media and everything, they put it out that they did have weapons, though.
it was shown to be false. Again, shown to be false.
It was.
Where's media accountability? Who was fired for falsely accusing them? Right? Where's the accountability?
Point too, yep.
We need accountability. People will always lie if they're not held to account. So the phrase or the saying went, the police and the justice system are not benign. They are a system of violence. If you don't believe that, try not following their directives and see what happens. And I'm thinking about that and I'm going,
how if people aren't held accountable, they're going to do stuff. And
yeah,
I'll seep back into the D&D world. There's not many paladins in the world.
no, they're not.
But I mean, that's what it takes. I mean,
Yeah,
not to say that there's none that have ever gone rogue, but very few. I mean, that's not the character, right?
yeah, exactly. But that's what we should strive to be. We should strive to be the people who are doing right and upholding justice and being honorable. But that's not what's happening. It's easier to get away with stuff if you're not. So
for sure. Yep.
And I thought about that and I'm going, they're right. And it becomes more and more clear to me with the gun grab that was going on in Canada as well. They said, oh, we're going to send the police to you. Well, why are you going to send the police to someone who was vetted, has the licenses, had the proper documentation, has never caused a crime, and yet you say that they can't have it and now they're criminals?
Well, and the funny thing that where you bring in the law for something that already exists. So overnight you've made people criminals.
Paper criminals for something that there are more MPs that have committed a crime than an AR-15 in Canada. Let's be honest. 100%.
Fair enough.
It's true. So
I know that I only laugh because it's it is true.
there are more doctors that have killed people than any guns in Canada.
Oh, let's not go down that road because
I know
where I stand on.
I know where you stand, but you're right. You're not wrong. That's the thing. I understand that. So it's one of those things where you're holding a whole group of people to account for someone who does something bad, but you're not holding that person to account, and you're basing it on an inanimate object.
Well,
good luck if you're listening to us, Shell.
Yeah, she might find what we're talking about hilarious because isn't she in Australia or
No, Shell's in the
Pennsylvania?
US. Pennsylvania, yeah. Birdie's in New Zealand. Yep, Birdie's in New Zealand, and Kit,
in New Zealand. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Kit back there is in Britain. She likes my British accent.
Oh, cool.
I say British really well.
Actually, we're going there next year
Yeah, that's what you were saying.
to the UK.
Did you ever send those images to your who was it you were sending it to?
Oh,
Michelle's son?
no, you know what? I gotta find out, I gotta look and see. Actually, I forgot about that.
You know, I think they're still
That's a
up.
good reminder.
Oh
right
no,
there.
I got quiet sign up there. I don't have that one. I still got my last week's while eating goober crackers. What the hell's a goober cracker? So yeah, I get a little animated, especially when it comes to, because I've always believed in doing the right thing, being honest, being forthright, being a good person, you know, above all,
Right.
right? That's all I've ever really considered. And then I started to get older and older, and I'm realizing how many people just don't think like that. It's mind-boggling how people will, oh, peanut butter and jelly mix. Okay. A goober cracker is a peanut butter and jelly mix cracker. Which sounds pretty good, actually.
Actually, don't they have didn't they have like a peanut butter and jelly mixed in the same jar? And didn't they call that goober?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Just throwing it out there.
I never bought something like that, so. Oh, I guess so. Shell says yes. What? Lemon? What? You've never had peanut butter and jelly? Lemon is in Ireland, by the way.
Ireland.
Yes.
Oh,
this
okay.
is worldwide,
I was gonna
baby.
say, it makes sense that it wouldn't be anything to them, right?
Not a thing over there. And I know it's all potatoes, right? Sorry, I had to. I had to.
Potatoes and whiskey.
Potatoes and whiskey. That's right. That's right.
Nothing wrong with a good Irish whiskey.
No. Wouldn't mind going over and kissing the Blarney Stone. But
Actually, I would like to visit there. We
Yeah.
have to plan out our our trip to the UK because, like, there's so much to see there.
oh
And-
yeah. Well,
I mean, we're gonna have to break it down and we'll go here, here, and here, and let's really enjoy it.
yeah.
And we'll do something different next time.
Yeah. And that's the key, because there is just so much history over there. So much to see, so much that you know, because I mean, that's where our ancestors came from, right? So it would be really cool to see all of that. Kind of jealous. But it is what it is. Yeah, I know. I remember that. They said they were going to come over. That would have been so cool, Lemon. Man. Like, you're all young people, so you ain't hanging out with this old fart, but I would have had fun. It's sort of a good blend. Unless you're allergic to peanuts. Yes. Yeah, don't have peanut butter if you're allergic to peanuts. They may contain peanuts. Sorry. I had to. So, yeah. That would have been a lot of fun. And you'll something you're going to find, Darren. A lot of these people are much younger than we are.
Well,
Much.
yeah, I am getting older, and there you go. Actually, thank you for reminding me. I sent that off now.
There we go. Good.
Actually,
So
I'm
what
glad
do-
you did remind me of that.
What he's talking about is I made I'll see if I can find them real quick here. Let's take down Candor and we'll properties. Yep, there we go. Um, there was one
Well,
of them.
so a happy early birthday to Lemon then.
Oh yeah, early birthday. Happy birthday, Lemon. Let's take that down for a second. We're gonna go there and change the properties. We're gonna find the other one. There we go. Open that. Okay. Pop this guy open and I'll bring it up. So what we're talking about is because the World Cup was in play just recently, I came up with a product called Flop Stop. Just trying to make this as big as possible so you guys can read it. It's anti-drama spray for the soccer players. May cause actual soccer to occur. Yeah. Oh my God. You were still a baby.
24 is still a baby.
24 is still a baby, yep. But here's the thing, Lemon and I met on another friend's channel at the very beginning. We all used to play games together.
Okay.
And I miss those guys. I'm just happy Lemon's here again because yeah, we used to have a lot of fun. Yeah, and Epic's 24 himself, yeah. So this is the product that I made that Darren sent to his it's your wife's son, right? Or
Well,
son-in-law.
I don't have him. I don't have him on Facebook, so I sent it to her daughter to share with him.
Okay, there we go. And this is what it's called, Flop Stop. It's an ultra grip anti-drama spray for, because even the slightest tap gets them on the ground. So yeah, I thought this was a pretty funny one. I was pretty happy with this product because gravity isn't that strong. Approved by referees who are tired of your nonsense. So.
Well, and so you probably are not following soccer now?
No, I do not follow soccer.
Okay. Well, no, I don't either, but I follow most sporting things that are Canada. So for the first time ever, we finally made the knockout round.
Oh, there we go.
And for the first time ever, well, obviously, and we won our first game. So.
Oh wow, cool. I will follow Canadian rugby though. I do.
Knockout, and then the first time winning the knockout.
Let's go, Lemon.
Oh yeah.
We love rugby here
yes.
too. I love rugby. I especially love New Zealand's rugby team. But I gotta cheer for Canada.
Blacks.
The All Blacks. Oh, yeah, boy.
Yeah.
And their haka at the beginning, fantastic.
Yeah.
So, just love that. Plus, rugby is really cool to watch.
It's a little more action, right?
A lot more action, like really, until they get into the scrum. But I mean, just the sheer power for them. You like girls rugby?
Yeah, but the scrum, they're not in the scrub.
For very long, no.
Yeah, actually, I think Saskatchewan does really good in the rugby sevens, the ladies.
Oh, cool. You know what I like? I like ladies beach volleyball.
I don't
personally.
follow it, but I think they've done pretty good. And actually now, like Saskatoon has a pretty good ladies football team too. Valkyries. They just won Westerns, beating Edmonton.
Wow, I'm gonna have to check into that. Personally, if I'm watching ladies play, I'm watching beach volleyball. I'm just saying. That is my personal preference sport for ladies. But go ladies.
Fair enough.
You went to a rugby secondary school. Cool. Yeah, no, that's one thing I wish I would have known more about when I was younger too. Rugby. I could have gotten into rugby.
Yeah.
I mean, when we
I
used
think
to
I
go-
would have liked. I think I would have liked rugby.
Yeah. But that wasn't a big thing here. I mean, football, hockey, hockey was fun until the 4 a.m. 4 a.m.
Yes.
Training sessions, training practices. Yeah. Well, even the hockey schools that we went to, like 4 a.m. No, man, it's Saturday and Sunday at 4 a.m. What are you talking about?
Well, I remember going to one of those early ones like on a Wednesday, middle of the week.
Oh, wow. Third biggest sport. What are the other two sports in Ireland that are bigger than rugby?
Stop
That's
playing though, because I don't know what it was, but maybe like we've talked about this because we were kind of fillers for other zones.
yeah. We had no
But-
home team to go to.
But the thing is, most of you guys that I played hockey with, there was one year where I always got bumped up 1 year before everyone else.
Yep.
And so I remember going to that early morning practice, and I was tiny. And I mean, I looked up at everyone and I went, "Ooh, I don't think I like this too much."
Well, and you know, it's a different situation when everybody's that much bigger than you, right? Because you were never a huge guy. So even playing in a
No.
year younger would have been better for you.
Exactly. Yes, it would have.
Yeah. And I think age kind of did you no service there.
Well, and I mean, when your birthday is makes a difference too.
Gaelic football and hurling. Oh,
Oh, that's pretty awesome too.
That is.
You got to admit.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm Irish at heart too. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I think I should have. I mean, you think about the things that I or played and watched. I mean, soccer and darts and golf. It's like I should have been in the UK.
Yeah, honestly, you should have. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But I did love hockey when I was young.
yeah, until and I could see you be not wanting to put yourself at risk like that. That just makes sense. That's common sense. That's something not a lot of kids even now would do.
Right.
Many a broken finger. Oh yeah, I can imagine. Whew.
Hurling, what is that? Sorry, I need a little.
Let's just go into hurling here. What is hurling? Well, it's kind of
Okay.
like
He called me
Kinda
to a
like
goalie,
baseball.
and I went, "Oh,
yeah.
oh."
It's an
But
it's a
over there,
fast
wouldn't it
pace.
be more like cricket then?
No. Here, let's bring up my Chrome browser there. Boom. Perfect. See? Look at that. It's a fast-paced stick sport played on a field between two teams. 15 players on either side in two 35-minute halves.
Lacrosse.
The game is to progress the ball up the field to score one of two ways through an H-shaped goal. In the net for 1 goal or 3 points, or through the uprights for 1 point. So there's the field.
I wouldn't
I noticed-
mind.
I
You know what?
noticed.
I don't know if I've ever watched that. I wouldn't mind just watching to understand it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. New sports are actually fun to watch. But you look at it and it's like a paddle bat almost. But can you
Yeah.
imagine trying to stop that ball after it's been hit by a bat like that?
Well, if you're far enough away, yes.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, because
Um,
then you wouldn't use it. You wouldn't try to catch it, right? You'd try to absorb it and just.
Yeah. Well, and here's a great indicator of how fast the hurling ball goes.
Oh my good God! Like that's what.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I was gonna say, like baseball pitchers don't even throw that hard.
No, even hockey, a slap shot doesn't even go that much.
Yeah.
So, oh,
that's
here,
crazy.
let's see a little bit in action. I don't know if you guys can hear this. No, you can't. Like, check that. Oh, wow.
Oh wow, that's kind of a mix of a few different sports.
I would love to watch this.
Oh, I would watch that. I think. Wow, like that's crazy. That's like a mix of a whole bunch of different sports. They're hitting
Yeah.
off the ground too. I might have to see if I somehow can't find a match somewhere on TV. See, look at that. See, look how much we've learned today already.
Oh, yeah. And this is cool.
And there's a comment about netball. What is that? You said Birdie was in the UK?
Lemon is in Ireland. Birdie is in New Zealand.
Right.
Kit is in
Oh,
the
New
UK.
Zealand. Right. Kit is in the UK. Okay. See, now I'm starting to learn too much. It's getting a little confusing. I would like to watch a match.
Honestly, so would I.
I think that would be like for beginners like us though, we would probably have such a hard time following that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Well, man, look how big that net is though.
Yeah. And for the size of the ball, which is like a fastball, like it's the size of a fastball, but
Well, and if it's coming that fast, I mean, come on. That's
Yeah.
pretty hard for the goalie to stop that.
oh, we definitely got to find out where to watch some of
Here's
this.
a good goalie too.
Yeah.
But see, they bounce it or off their paddle or whatever, so
Yeah. It's almost like dribbling
you
off your
can't
paddle.
hold it. Good. So, ooh, I think I would have liked that sport.
Thank you, Lemon. Thank you. This is awesome.
Yeah. Huh. Cool.
That was cool. How many curling clubs in North America? There are North American curling clubs. In Alberta, there's 2 of them. BC has one. Ontario has like 4.
Well, that would make sense.
Yeah. Quebec. Holy crap, the East Coast has one. But let's be honest, they're most of the East Coast is Irish descent, right?
Right.
So that would make complete sense there too.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oop.
Like more stronger in the East, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Well, that's very interesting.
It is very interesting. Well, that was cool. That was well done. Well learned.
That was a lot of fun. Thank you, Lemon. I mean, I knew hurling was something like that. I didn't know it was exactly like what they showed. I thought it was more like lacrosse with, but I didn't realize the stick was like a paddle bat.
It's it's similar to lacrosse.
Most of them are teachers. Oh, that's fascinating.
Well, that's funny. That comment there about those players, that's kind of like Canadian dart players.
Yeah. So
Can't compete
that's
at that
wild.
high level and make that like the money like the top guys do, but you know, they do okay for themselves, but they still have to work.
Yeah. Well, here, I'm going to go over here and pop this off the bed and I'll show you.
Oh, your print?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll bring the bed right over. See, this is what I mean. It's a small bed. And we've got a little bit of brim around it. Oh, yeah. Definitely. And, honestly, I see hurling. You would play for pride and for country. It's one of those games because it's so steeped in heritage. Like it's steeped. I actually got to listen to the video, so because it's so steeped in your origins and heritage, yeah, I could see you wanting to play it just to play it because it's who you are. Oh, very cool.
Well,
So,
something I've always wondered, because I watch it with darts, and because there's people on here that might be able to answer the question, because they talk a lot about like county darts, and that Lemon might even made a comment about county for hurling too. Like how big is county there? Like what
okay.
what like would
And that's
I mean,
the
I
thing.
know they don't know how big our provinces are, how our cities are, and that kind of thing. But like, what would it compare to here?
Look, it says BB. That's the brim that was on there. Oh, sorry. It looks like a double B. I'm so ASMR. Am I? I'm just popping things off my print bed. I got to clean it up. So yeah, that's what this is. It's just basically just a something to hold it up top. Very simple.
I see what. Yeah, no, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And for a total of what did it cost me? $2. I'm down for 4 of them. And I used a new
Like
PLA I got.
Been a couple bucks for all four.
Yeah, that's what it was. So
Well, you probably don't even get four at the dollar store.
probably not, no. And then and I used a new PLA that I have. PLA Tough, and it is tough. Come on, get up there. Oh, this bed sticks too. It's nice. There we go. There we go. I just took the two B's there. That was called a brim. And what that does is gives it a little added adhesion to the bed.
So Lemon was giving me a breakdown on the counties there.
Okay.
I think it's hard to compare because like Canada is just so like such
Massive.
a landmass.
Yeah, it's so massive.
Like we'd almost have to look at, to some degree, almost compare it to the provinces, I would think, maybe.
Well, to be honest, our province, I believe, might be. I'm just going to look it up. Let's go to Google.
Let's learn some more. You know, every time I learn something, something seeps out. So we got to be careful not to learn too much.
Well, just get rid of the bad stuff.
Well, yeah, that's easier said than done. I was questioning about how the counties work in over in Europe there. Sorry, that was answering Kit there. So it takes 4 hours to drive. So about 10 hours to drive across?
Okay. Yeah, you are not very big, Lemon. So Saskatchewan itself, Saskatchewan alone, is 591,670 square kilometers, approximately. And I'm going with kilometers because everybody except the U.S. uses kilometers. So 5,991, 670,000 square feet. Square kilometers, sorry. Ireland is 80. What? Square feet. Yeah, that would be,
even you
that'd
said
be
it.
small.
Even you said square feet. Like it's just, it's
It was
what we
quick.
say, man.
Yeah. Square kilometers. So we're close to 600,000 square kilometers, okay? Ireland is 84,000 square kilometers. Yeah. So they are, a sixth of us, of Saskatchewan alone. That's Saskatchewan, the province. That's not even taking into consideration the entire country, right? What we tend to forget is because we live here is Canada is so massive compared to most of the EU states, EU countries.
Right.
That's what we, and I understand because what we do is we drive Euro Truck Simulator sometimes, and the distances are so much closer. Like it's just all so packed in. Yeah.
Like tighter, you.
Like what? Sorry.
Tighter.
Tighter, much tighter together. Yeah. So yeah, the island of Ireland has that. The Republic of Ireland, excluding Northern Ireland, is only 70,000. So it's very, very small, like a sixth of us. Yeah, Kit's next door. Oh, you melt the Irish accents?
Well, then the close, I think then the closest thing that we would compare it to would be our RMs.
Yep, that's actually exactly what it is. Their counties are like our RMs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Counties-
because
Counties, if you
like,
go
I mean,
to the
I hear
States,
that they play for their county, and it's just,
yeah,
it seems like something that's pretty, it seems pretty cool to me. And I just,
Yeah.
I wish we did something like that here.
Yeah. It's basically a local region, like let's bring this map up here. Ireland. Let's go Chrome.
So 9 to 11 hours to drive from England top to bottom. Like that's similar to us driving to, well, what from Saskatoon, Calgary would be about 8 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's only one province over.
And that's in the middle of the province too. You're going from one middle of the province to the other middle of the province. So you're not even going to the edges of the province at that point.
That's true.
So
If you were to go, well, you'd be a lot closer because the way because if you drive to Jasper, it's about 8 hour drive. And you're only about an hour, well, then you'd be about another hour or two from BC, I think.
yeah. Yeah.
Crazy. Anyways.
Yeah. It is. It's even, we think about because we don't understand, because it's hard to understand how small some of the European countries are, because we have this massive land that we, even our provinces are massive.
Right.
So,
Which is part of our problem when it comes to politics, in my opinion.
well, it's
Very, very vaguely, but I mean, it plays a part in it, I think.
it does. Honestly, one of the problems is the disproportionate amount of representation in parliament for each province rather than for as a populace. And I think that's where it comes down to, you have to, for a country to be run properly, it has to take into account all of its portions, not just where all the population is.
But is that population equal from east to west? Because I think we talked about that. It's not really.
No,
'Cause there are
we're in a
some
first past
provinces
the
that-
post system. We
What's that,
we
sir?
have the first past the post. I'm answering Lemon. First past the post, which is a crazy system. When you are so spread out and your population is condensed in a certain area, it doesn't represent, because let's be honest, the people in Saskatchewan have very little in common with the people who live in Toronto.
Oh, very little.
They don't understand us at all, because we live in a
But
culture.
in fairness, there's a lot of people out here that don't take the time to understand them either.
No, I mean yeah, it's fair enough, but it's we don't matter if we take the time to understand them, because that we're not the ones making decisions for them. It's incumbent on a person who has more power to take into consideration those who have less power. You should, like, it's just like
No,
someone
I see what you mean.
yeah, because we don't dictate things to them, they dictate things to us. And for them having zero understanding of the conditions that they put other provinces in, it lacks intelligence. It really is. It's one of those things where they're not seeing, and I call it navel gazing, because they're not seeing beyond their own navel, right? They're not looking past themselves. So that is correct, Lemon. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, one
Well, and Lemon probably wouldn't understand this either, but with our time zones, and you're kind of talking on this, how the East dictates this.
Yep.
Before our votes are even shown in the election, we already know who the government is.
Yeah, before our votes are even counted. They get through Manitoba's, but by that time, we already know who the government is, because we have virtually no say.
Right.
And that's why that's my problem with Toronto and Quebec and stuff like that in the first place, is that there is zero consideration for anyone outside themselves.
No.
Yeah, and see, that's how it's done in when we vote for candidates in the parties, for who we want to represent us in that party. It is it is proportional, proportional representation to vote the people into the place, but to vote them into Parliament is an individual vote.
Well,
See,
I
but
mean,
let's be
well,
honest.
no, I
that would,
understand. I understand. You've converted me in a way here, because like I was always like against them anyways, because I didn't think they took us seriously. But I think you say it really well, because I had taken that approach. It's like, well, okay, you know what? It goes both ways, right? And but you've swayed me back to, it's like, hold on a second. They have the first kick at the cat with this.
they have all the kicks at the cat. We don't have a
But I
kick
mean,
at the cat. That's the thing.
so when they drop the ball, it is on them.
Yeah, and we pay for it.
Yeah.
That's the
No,
problem.
you converted me back.
And it's not that I'm like, I'm not trying to say that I'm anti them. I mean, it's just that they have no they don't seem to have the ability to look beyond Toronto. They're very, like, let's be honest, Quebec is very Quebec centric, very navel gazing. They only want what Quebec wants, right? So, and Toronto is very much the same way. Not all of Ontario is like that. Specifically, Toronto is bad for it. But it's
Right.
because
And in fairness, not everyone living in Toronto thinks like that.
no, absolutely not.
Just the vast majority of them.
Yeah, and I honestly believe that people who vote for a liberal party like we have here, really want to do. They're not looking to hurt the rest of Canada. They just they see the flowery words and the things that they want to have done, which never get done. They see that, and that's what they vote for. They're not voting for actual action. They're voting for words. They're
Right.
very, I find, and that's fair to say about Toronto. They're very shallow.
Yeah.
They don't
Oh,
look
I think
past.
it's pretty harsh, but I think it's a proper term.
Yeah. So yeah, we're just conversing. We're doing a little bit of politics right now. We did a little bit of justice earlier. We did some we learned about hurling, which is awesome, and we're going to look into that more.
A tiny bit of geography.
Tiny bit of geography. Yeah, we're all over the place because I had no preparation today. I didn't even do this is still like 2 weeks ago. I did this for the World Cup, and I didn't even have a product made.
But the World Cup goes till late July, so
Yeah,
anytime you pop this up, it's still fitting.
it still fits. Yep. So
Yeah.
worldwide policy. That's honestly, there are a lot of them that do that. I've found some that actually do what they say they're going to do, and that's where I feel like I'm sitting at right now. I was really excited for the person in that leads the Conservative Party here, because he's a smart man. Like, he's a very smart man, and I like smart people. Let's be honest. He knows what he's talking about. He's well versed. He understands the situation. He was with a government that actually got us to a good place before. So, and I feel confident that he would do the same. After seeing the past 11 years and what has happened on the other side of the aisle, Hey, Deb, how you doing? Deb is in Australia, Tasmania.
Yeah, I
But,
knew there was somebody from Australia.
yep.
Okay,
So
perfect.
having lived the last 11 years and everything that's gone on, we have objective facts to show that the party that's in power right now will not do what they say. They will not fulfill the obligations of their office. So it's one of those things where I think it's incumbent on everybody to not for Canada especially is to know who you're know the person you're voting for, not just like the party leader. I mean, it's a little different in the U.S. because they do have a different form of government there. So where here in Canada we don't have the checks and balances that we used to because our Senate is not elected; they're assigned or they're given the roles, and they're given it for life, and that's just not appropriate. So there's a lot of things that could be done better in Canada, and you know I'm getting too old to actually do anything about it. All I can do is use the wisdom we've gained over the past 40 years, and I'm saying 40 years even though we're turning 60. We have multiple parties. Like there's a lot of parties. It's not a two-party system here. We have 4 parties in the House of Commons right now. 5, sorry. No, well, technically 3, because the NDP lost their status as party, and the Green Party is not a party because they don't have enough members. But there's a huge number of parties on the ballot. So it's
Which is
not like
also another problem.
there's a lot of vote splitting that goes on. So yeah, we have a lot of countries represented here today. Yeah, we've got Australia, we've got
Actually,
New Zealand, we've got
I
Ireland, we've
like
got
that.
I love it, yeah. Because I can't speak to other forms of government and how they're I could speak to the closest one we have a little bit because I do learn about the American politics just because they're our
We
neighbor.
hear so much.
And they're our neighbor, and we need to know what's going on down there a little bit.
Well,
But
they're our biggest trade partner. We kind of have to know that too.
yeah, so I do learn it, and I'm interested in how it can be. The main ones are, well, yeah, main ones are 3. The 3 main parties, aside from Quebec, which has their own party, which is not an actual federal party, which is beyond me. You know, we had a liberal party that wanted to keep Quebec in Canada. I'm done with that too. Who gave them their own party status for that they can have all of their MPs be a non-federal party. They are actually actively against the federal system. So smaller parties are getting more popular. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Wow, there's a lot of going. You can't, Kit, you can't use acronyms. We're not from there. You got to say the whole words. You can't use like SDLP. What is that? I understand SF because Lemon already wrote it out. Wrote out their parties' names. Like we've got the main 3 parties we have in for federal politics are the Conservatives, the Liberals, and the non-democratic party, or the non-development party. No, new Democratic Party. There we go. That's what it is. I knew I'd get there eventually. So
That is so bad. You're so bad.
Social Democratic and Labor Party. Okay, there we go. So
I
yeah,
think I
we've
do
got
recall hearing that.
yeah. So what we've got the socialists, which are the NDP or the New Democratic Party. We've got the liberals, which are liberal. Yeah, I mean, basically the name says it, and the conservatives are conservative. So those are the three main. And then you've got the blockhead Québécois. Yes, I said blockhead. And they represent Quebec in federal politics. Try to figure that fucking thing out. Nonsense.
Well,
Excuse my language.
maybe Alberta will get their own.
Well, yeah, you know what? Honestly, it's time for the West to stand up to the East. It is.
It is, unfortunately.
I hate to say it has to be that way because, Canada was a great nation. But we've always had issues, especially when the Liberals were in charge, with getting any sort of recognition out east or out west. They have never cared for the West. And if they don't care for us, why should we be part of them?
Yeah, and I mean, the simple rule, and we talked about this privately, and it's like they don't seem to like any of the development out here, but they seem more than happy to take our equalization checks.
Yeah. Well, that's it exactly, right? Sorry.
But I mean,
My,
the thing is, I do agree with you. And I mean, I don't know what the parameters would be, but I mean, yes, the West does need to stand up for themselves.
Yeah, sorry, I had to boop you off. My cameras went wacky there for a second.
Oh, it's all good.
What are people's opinions? People's opinions are all over the place. Mrs. Doe, I did see that. I didn't know what Kit was talking about when she said SDLP. I said that Lemon had already explained their full names. Okay, and let's stop with the right and left wing. Because let's be honest, that's rhetoric that is meant to inflame. Okay, there's right of center and left of center, and that's really what it is. And there's now what the Liberal Party used to be, what they started out to be, is a centrist party to try and get as many try and help as many people and do things for as many people as they can. And honestly, most parties become centrist parties because they want the votes. Because
Right.
if you capitulate to more people will vote for you. But you have to have a base, and you have to be willing to stand up for your base. And that's where the right of center or more conservative and the left of center or more liberal or progressive comes into play. Now, it used to be that the liberals were closer to the center. They had progressive values, but they weren't completely center, because I mean, it's hard to find a completely center party. But the shift has been so far that the party that used to be left of center is actually now the Conservatives. To be completely honest, they are not center; they are left of center with some slight right of center views. Honestly, they have the policies that should cater to the most amount of people, but there's an ideological mentality, especially out east, that the word liberal has to be voted for, whether they do anything good or not. It's a cult-like phenomenon out there, and we talked about this, and I was surprised that how many cult-like attributes the modern liberal party actually has. And the followers are one of them, where they will blindly follow the leader and drink the Kool-Aid despite what's going down, despite the Kool-Aid being spiked, right?
The red Kool-Aid.
The red Kool-Aid, yeah, they will. Doesn't matter what's in the Kool-Aid as long as it's the Kool-Aid. So
Yeah.
did all the lab tests. Hope everything goes well, Birdie. So yeah, it's here in Canada. And there's been a shift too, because the East is starting to acknowledge the disrespect that, or the West is starting to acknowledge the disrespect that has been shown to them by those governing the country. Now we did this in the 70s too. Now I don't know if you remember when like even Chrétien grabbed a reporter by the throat,
Oh, yes.
or when Trudeau gave the finger to Alberta as he was going through an Alberta town on a train. There's a literal disrespect from the Liberal Party toward Western Canada. And the West is starting to get very, very tired of it. It is tough to find the right balance. And there's a further problem with that, Mrs. Doe. It's not just the policies and the common sense. It's the name. There's a brand recognition type thing where you've got to just vote Liberal type thing. And that's honestly why conservatives lose quite often to the Liberals. The conservative voter base is much more critical of conservative politicians. We will not vote for a politician if he starts to do something wrong, but the Liberals will still vote for a politician who's been corrupted and is shown to be ethically incapable of performing that job. They'll still vote for him. They voted for one 4 times after a multitude of ethics violations and human atrocities. I mean, let's be honest. How do you still vote for a party that has no ethics, has been proven to be ethically corrupt, has traitors amongst it, and that CSIS actually found 11 MPs that were under foreign influence? We don't know their names. We never knew their names. Why don't we know their names? They're traitors.
Yep.
Within the Liberal Party. I mean, you have to understand.
That's why the Liberal Party does so well in their elections. Like I think you just laid it out there. It's because as a conservative, if someone's not doing something, you're not going to support them.
Yeah.
So when we take away a support, all it does is just feed more to the red machine.
Exactly. There's a saying that if you want to anger a conservative, lie to him. If you want to anger a liberal, tell him the truth.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's good. I never thought of it, but that's bang on.
That's what they get offended by. Because it may not fit their narrative and it may not be what they want. And it's all about what they want. And that's the hardest part that I come into. And I'm trying to be really calm here, if you've noticed. I'm trying to keep an even tone and not get outrageous and stuff like that, because it does make me very angry.
Yeah. But okay, so you also made a point earlier. It's like at our age, we don't have a lot to offer as far as making a change in the West necessarily. But we can certainly do it by sharing experiences and information, right?
Yeah, and advice.
Advice, yep.
Because honestly, all I really want to see is a prosperous, well-run country, where the people are taken care of and we're not sending money all over the place for nothing. You know, where a
Well,
dollar is worth going to a store and buying stuff, and the prices at the stores aren't killing the poor that are struggling. You know,
yeah, I think for me, if we could just be a united country, like then we would be such a stronger, like we'd just be
absolutely.
stronger. I mean,
Yeah.
I wanted to be careful what I said there, like, because I didn't want it to sound American. Sorry for our American friends, but I didn't want it to have it sound threatening, right?
Yeah. Well, and not stronger as in a military. Like, I mean, we do need to take care of our military. We have an obligation as a Northern American. I mean, we can't just rely on America to take care of us. We should be self-reliant and put our part in too. I mean, let's be honest. We appreciate what America does, but we have a role to play in that too. We should have a role to play in
Oh,
that. We should be partners with them.
absolutely. I mean, people can say whatever they want about Trump, but I mean, he's a lot of what everyone says. But just because he's like that, let's listen to what he's actually saying though too sometimes.
Well,
Like he was
exactly.
right to call he was right to call us out on a lot of things, man.
100%. 100%. And
Absolutely.
honestly,
I do not have a problem with that at all. We deserve
honestly,
that.
some of the stuff he did, and that was based on open borders, our open border policies that brought in terrorists, that brought in drug dealers, that brought in all of these bad people that Trump didn't want entering our soft border
Right.
between the U.S. and Canada. We have a soft border.
Well, and it's neat how he played that game though, by forcing it through by saying it was the fentanyl when it wasn't.
Well, I think it was partly the fentanyl. Don't get me wrong. Have you seen
Oh
some of the
no, no,
fentanyl
no,
busts lately?
sorry. No, I mean it's definitely a problem, but he had to use that to invoke his authority to do some of the stuff he was doing.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, absolutely. And but it's fair to do because Canada has a fentanyl problem. Canada has a drug running problem. Canada has a lot of problems right now that are not being addressed by Canada's government. The
Right.
thing is, Trump is addressing more problems in Canada than the Canadian government is. So for that, I applaud him. I mean,
Yeah.
love or hate him, there's certain policies that he has in place that are actually hurting us right now, but needed to be done to wake our government up.
Yes. Absolutely.
You know, and
Well,
we've got this master
but
negotiator.
I don't have a problem with anything. I mean, we have to adapt to what's going on, right?
Yeah.
So when he puts all those tariffs on us, okay, people, everyone take a deep breath. That hasn't cost us anything. Who it cost are his people, his voters.
Well, it costs both. I mean, to be fair, yes, it costs him as much as it costs us, and that's what people
Right.
don't realize. People aren't seeing that it's costing him to do this too, right? It's just like
Right.
he doesn't take he doesn't take anything for his time in office, right? Yet here in Canada, we've got people coming out millionaires at the end of their time in office, right?
Yeah.
Not conservatives, but there is a certain party that comes out way off better than they went in by far. So, but I mean, and you're right, Mrs. Doe. They're still not awake. They don't get it. They think that Carney is this master negotiator that is somehow going to fix the Trump problem instead of fixing what Trump identified as problems.
Right.
You know, and that's
Oh,
the key.
I think we're going to be in some trouble. I mean, as a country, you look at what's going on, and I mean, I'm not some economist. I'm not saying that, but you okay. The government's spending all this money. The costs on everything is going up. They're not going to change what they're doing. So this is going to end up bad.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'll be honest, I warned about it, warned everybody about this 11 years ago. I said, this is like giving the keys to the cookie jar to a toddler.
Yeah.
It's just not going to end well.
No.
I knew right
Well,
away.
it's going south really, really quickly too.
Faster as time goes, yeah. Because I mean, and the worst part about it is that these people still stand up and say, "Oh, we've never had it so good."
Yeah.
If anybody out there has not read the novel by George Orwell, 1984, I highly recommend reading it. That is basically what the Canadian government is using as a playbook, and it's meant as a warning, and it's meant as a warning to the people, because what they're doing is saying,
we don't look at. Let's get rid of the history that we don't want people to know.
yeah, let's get it down the memory hole. That's an Orwell saying, a memory hole. Okay.
Oh, is that what he calls it? Okay.
Yeah, that's what he calls the memory hole.
Okay.
When it's inconvenient to the party in charge, which is and the legislation they've passed to do that too. They can get rid of all their stuff in 2 weeks now. There's no accountability if you don't have records.
Yes.
15 days to get rid of any government documentation they don't like.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's just, I am now legal to do whatever I want. And as long as I can get rid of the evidence in 15 days, I'm good.
Essentially, yeah.
Cool. That's awesome. That's going to end well.
Like, there's a lot of people that don't understand, like, that these bills are coming out. These bills, like, he wants to be able to give amnesty to companies that commit fraud, but don't do anything other criminally wrong. You know, it's there's some really bad shit coming down the pipeline, but nobody's paying attention. Nobody.
Well, and I mean, unfortunately, I've used it on a smaller scale with, like, Michelle and I have talked about it, and it's like, you know what? Sometimes things just have to go so bad where there's just no other option other than fixing it.
Yeah, and what I'll be honest, I would not want to be in opposition right now and have the potential of taking over, because it's horrible. Yeah. It's such a mess that the people who become, if they do get into power, they're going to have to do things that are going to piss people off, because the government that is in charge now did so many bad things and made it so bad that they have no choice but to do them. To be fiscally responsible.
That's where people have to be mad enough that they will support that, though.
Yeah, and when do we hit rock bottom? When are we going to hit rock bottom? I mean,
well, see, but Harper got two times, didn't he?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And
so back then they must have been, well, they were mad enough because they voted the Liberal Party down to the third party.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Third party data. So
the fact that they're not mad enough at this point, they can, but they don't. I mean, after voting for him 4 times, I don't know what it's going to take. Honestly,
well, see, the funny thing is, like you said, they're blowing smoke, right? Because everything's great, and for some reason, people seem to be listening. They're
buying it. You watch how crime has risen in Toronto. Like even violent crime has risen like 400% in the past 11 years. And you're going, so how are you okay with that in Toronto? Sorry, you turned away.
Yeah, we've established that something has to piss people off in Toronto enough, or
Yeah.
Ontario.
Yeah. And you would
That's
think
essentially
with,
what would happen.
you would think with all the violent protesting and the violence that goes on there, they would be pissed off because they're not being protected, they're not being taken care of, they're being, you know, yeah, it's just been it's gone downhill. I don't know that you would, people who've been to Toronto in the past, I don't know if they'd recognize Toronto anymore. I mean, it doesn't help that they have a nut job as a mayor, but
Right. Well, but see, like, we don't know what it is. But something, whatever it is, has to happen there for people to go, okay, you know what? I'm done.
yeah,
What
something
is
has
that?
to
I don't
happen.
know.
Hopefully it doesn't take anything too dramatic or tragic. But what is rock
Well,
bottom for them?
It is. Unfortunately, I think it is. It's going to be somebody, some kind of a, oh, I don't know. It's not going to be good.
Yeah, and that's the
It-
worst part about it is we're
Yeah, because
we're seeing what's going
they're
on.
not seeing it right now. It's going to
Yeah.
take something disastrous to,
Yeah,
wow, that's scary.
and I have some ideas, but I'm not going to say them out loud.
Well, no, when we go offline, you and I will discuss that.
Yeah, so because that's just
Because I even
conjecture,
said to
and I
Michelle-
don't want to.
No, but I even said to Michelle, it's like, because I complain a little about politics. But, and she's like, but what are we going to do? And I
What
said,
can't?
that's the problem. I said, but unfortunately out west, and I said, I don't want to see either of them, to be honest. But the way I see it right now is you get painted back into a corner, and the West has two choices: revolt or leave.
Yeah, yeah.
Neither are good, and I don't want to see either of them because.
And what did I tell you? What did I tell you before? Right at 11 years ago. Do you remember? You can vote your way into communism, but you have to shoot
Right.
your way out.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and we're getting close to that.
It is getting very close with the censorship bills that are coming into place, with the potential
That is crazy.
yeah, it is. The bills that are coming into place right now are all leading towards authoritarian dictatorship.
Do you think, I mean, I know, okay, so if those bills come in and stifle everything, like even the people, well, okay, we're talking about the people out east. Do you think they're going to be okay with that?
I don't know. You know, honestly, the worst part about it is every time that they bring in something like this, they say it's for the greater good.
Yeah.
One of the
No,
worst.
I mean, you think about it, like they follow along because it doesn't really, it's not high on their radar right now, let's say.
Okay, and why is it not high on their radar?
Well, because it's not affecting their core somehow.
Because
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on in their head. But
Well,
I mean,
the media is
but
also
the
giving
thing
them
of it is,
propaganda and information.
right. But when the truth of the matter is, when someone comes and says, "This is what you're going to do," you have no other options. People seem to change their tone a little, no matter who
Yeah.
you are or what your beliefs are. You'll go along with stuff, and it's okay until all of a sudden someone tells you you have to do this or else. It's like, wait a minute, that's not what I signed up for. Well, actually, it is what you signed up for.
Yeah. Yeah, and
But-
and you're right though. That's the problem. People are not being told what's going on, appropriately. They're not being reported to. They're being
Right.
they're being narrated to, you know, and that's what we were talking about earlier with all of the news stations having government support, right? So the government having a big say in the news organization's financial budgets means that the government is essentially they have to cater to the government, otherwise they lose money. And that's not how you have independent news. You can't get independent journalism, for lack of a better word. I would prefer they got rid of journalists and just brought back reporters. Some average guy who's asking questions that may be uncomfortable to politicians. And I don't care who the politician is. I want the uncomfortable questions asked to everybody. I believe in treating. Sorry?
That's because we want to see the truth or hear the truth.
Yeah, exactly. We want, well, and you have to ask the questions that get you to the truth, because there are questions that get you to the truth. And we've seen some questions even by more cooperative media that have shown the truth by accident.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So
Got to hate it when that happens.
yeah, they do not like that. No. So, but then then they spin it, right? And people don't believe that. And, you know, it's one of those things where if you're not looking at things in a skeptical way, and you should be skeptical of your government. You should be skeptical of all government. I mean, when was the last time that I'm from the government and I'm here to help ever went over well? You know?
Right. Well, I mean, I take that approach with most people. It's like, I mean, you kind of have to prove you're a good person. You
Yeah.
don't get to, and that takes a while. I mean,
Yeah.
because over time, your actions prove it.
And that's one of the things that, like, if you look at who the conservative leader is right now, he has a track record. You know who he is. Even when Trudeau was in, you knew who he was because he had a track record, but they still chose, despite that you know, basic respect for their China's basic democracy or basic dictatorship, and you know, all of those nonsense things that he would said, and his just generally stupid demeanor. You knew who he was. He had a track record, but they still voted for him. With Carney, he had a track record in the UK. The UK actually told us, don't do it. He almost bankrupted us. Don't do it. He's not good.
Yeah.
But no, he's the master negotiator, right?
Yeah. But you see, here's where this goes, you've already touched on this. So the people in the East don't understand, aren't listening, whatever it is. And with the media or whatever. So it's almost like they need someone to spread the word there of the truth.
Well, and you know, there are independent media sources out there trying, but they get blocked by the non-benign law enforcements from even reporting the truth sometimes. You know, they get kicked out of places. They're not allowed to interview anyone of importance. They get arrested if they try. And yes,
Actually, I'm
that
writing
has
this down.
actually happened.
You and I are going to have a little chat right after this.
Because I'm being very vague on purpose.
Yeah. No, but well, yeah.
But there are some people that I do, who are in the East there, that do have some, and there is one specific, and I'll say it, Rebel News is one of the better news sources that is actually trying to get to the truth and trying to show the truth that's out there.
Actually, I started following them, so
Good.
yeah, okay. Well, that
Because-
goes back to where like some news outlets where you can.
Yeah. There,
Just-
and
I mean, someone had mentioned it on here. I think you did, but someone also typed it about digging down and.
yeah,
But I mean, you need some replicable sites that are going to give
And
like you
honestly,
got to
I
find this
find
stuff somewhere.
I find some of the smaller media personalities that are doing big interviews, like Jasmine Lane. Jasmine Lane, fantastic reporter. Okay. Mario for the North. Yeah, I don't even know his name, but he does some really good research. Honestly, there are some people that I follow that have uncovered some really crazy stuff.
Okay, so that's almost better. So you almost have to find these people because they're digging up some of the truth. Okay.
Yeah, and it's the
that's good.
independents that are really, and I just happen across them sometimes. It's not even
Right.
that I found them, but because I keep looking at what's going on and I'm very curious, I just happen across them. Ooh.
Right.
So yeah. Oh, no problem, Shell.
So on a happier note, I actually changed out my my cable.
we
So
got a
I
little
think
bit
my
of
receptor-
we got a little bit of lag here and there, but not as bad as it was.
Well, and I think that's just because I'm out in the garage.
Yeah. Yep.
So, but I mean,
If you
I could try a booster, I suppose, but
An extender or something like that. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, you're not allowed in the
Well,
house?
yeah. No, I quite enjoy it out here, actually.
I can see that.
Well,
Yeah.
and don't forget, well, but she also works from home, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So you're out of the way.
Right.
Yep.
Well, that's a perfect way to, yeah. It's
Yep.
because she said even if I'm quiet, she like I can be not doing nothing in the house. It's she just being there is a distraction because she knows I'm there.
Yep. Yeah, I get it.
So I hide out here.
There you go. At least you got your own little
So-
man cave. So,
Yeah, I mean,
how many TVs do you have in there now?
just two.
Oh, just two. Okay. I don't even have
But I
two
do
TVs.
have
Oh,
an-
wait.
But I do have an extra TV and I do have an extra Fire Stick.
Oh.
I don't know if I want to go that. Well, I might.
Why the hell not?
Yeah, I probably will put up a third TV. Yes.
Why not? What is it?
I
If you're
probably will
watching
just
all of
'cause
it,
I can.
I'll be honest. I have 3 monitors, and when I'm watching stuff, I sometimes have all 3 monitors going on what I'm watching.
Yeah.
So
Well, quite often I'll put the, especially when I fall behind on the darts, I'll put, like, if I'll watch the Blue Jays game or the Rider game or whatever happens to be live, I will put the live game on and then I'll have darts muted on the other one.
yep. Yeah, because
There's just
honestly,
so
you don't
much
need
darts
to.
to watch. It's,
Oh, is there?
yeah.
You have 3
Well,
too?
When I want to go over to when we go over to the UK, there's this sort of minor league there. It's the Modus series, and but really good darts, and their finals on a Saturday night there. It's about 2.5 hours from London. So I'd kind of like to work that into our trip there.
That sounds like it'd be cool.
Yeah.
Oh, mine are all 3 horizontals because I use them all like TV screens sometimes. I will have the riders on here. I'll have on my right screen. I'll have sometimes I'll play a game at the same time, and I'll have a stream up over here. So, but and if it's really busy, I might have a show on here or but yeah, I use them all as basically their TVs. Oh yeah, yeah. See, and I like to have the ability to have that 16 by 9 full screen HD when I'm watching something. Like sometimes, especially like every 3 months. What are we looking at here? August, I think, is the next one. August. I'll have sumo for 2 weeks, and that'll be up on a dedicated screen the whole time because I watch sumo.
Yeah. Well, I think you watch that similar to how I watch the darts. I mean, I'm watching it, but I'm not 100% focused on it.
Actually, I can get pretty into it.
Right.
There's a
Well, I
like,
guess if you get into something, then you just watch something else less, right?
Yep. And the matches are especially at the for the final 2 hours or so where they have the higher levels. Did you not have an app today?
I did not have a nap today. I told you I came home from work
Oh,
and
that's
I
right.
worked.
We both, yeah, that's right. We
Yeah.
both didn't have a nap today. That's why my stomach
I
growled
said
and
I
you're
have
yawning.
been having I've been having naps, but today I did not get one. So
Yeah. So especially the last 2 hours where the top contenders are, it can get really exciting. Like last in May, the last Basho, it was really a lot of fun because the top two, the two Yokozunas, they're the pinnacle of the sumo world. Both of them had injuries, so both of them were out. So that left it open to some of the what are called sekiwakes. So good luck, Birdie.
Yeah.
So it was a really good matchup. So because someone other than one of the main contenders could win it, right?
right. Well, was going to because they weren't in it.
Yeah. So it was a lot of fun, and it was.
Yeah.
What I really love to see is when you get to the end and it's like a three-way battle, because they don't actually do three competitors in a ring, but it's a round robin where two people face off, and you have to win 2 in a row. If and the winner goes against the next person, and if he loses, then the person who lost the first one comes back in and fights again. So it's a very interesting. You bet you won't see the bottom line? You never see the bottom line. It says made in China, just so you know. The bottom line on the eye chart says made in China. MADEINCH. There we go. Now you got it. They won't think you're blind anymore.
Well, I think we're getting close to that time. Close enough
We
that
are.
I'm ready to be done.
Yeah, you're
I
yawning.
haven't
Yep.
eaten yet.
And neither have we.
Well, yawning, I haven't eaten yet. That's another thing I've got to get figured out for Mondays. What to eat, and eating late's not good.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and we've had what? What, Birdie? What?
Mm.
You don't think it says made in China? Go up and closer and look. I bet you.
Yeah.
Actually, nowadays they use the projectors to do it.
Not good. Yeah.
3 a.m.
Back
Oh,
in the
right.
day.
You're ready for an early morning snack. Well, thanks for hanging with us so late, Lemon.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't have.
I have.
But we're old.
No, I have still. Yeah. Actually, last night we didn't get off until 1:30, 2 o'clock. We were playing Uno. So,
Nice.
and we learned a
Well-
lot about Ireland too,
Yes.
which I love.
Well, it'll be different when I don't have to get up, right? Like if
Yeah.
I'm not getting up early in the morning, then I wouldn't care.
Yeah. And that's the key, right? Yeah. I mean, when Mrs. Doe was working and we were getting up at 7 o'clock, it was a little different. I was going to bed earlier, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, but yeah.
Well, my shift, I start at 6:30 in the morning.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
That's an early shift.
I mean, I'm off at 2:30. But I get home at 2:30 and then I can have a nap. So it's not really that big a deal.
And honestly, that was one of my favorite shifts was the early morning shift, the 4 to noon, where I could just work
Yeah.
straight through and then get off
Yep.
at noon and go have a nap. You got the rest of the evening.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
Oh, well.
okay, so I guess we'll say goodbye on here for now. So thank you everybody for hanging around with us. Do we have
Yes,
a raid?
actually, this is one of my favorite evenings just because of all the information that was spread. It's just, I love it.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah.
Yeah. I quite enjoyed tonight.
You too, Deb. I hope you're feeling better. Deb had a little accident with Deb has the exact same condition I have in her foot. Mine's in my
Oh,
arm.
no.
She's got it in her foot, and she had a little accident when she got up the other day, and I know she's not doing great. But I hope you could do better. I hope you'll do better soon.
There you go.
So
Or better things to come.
better things to come. Yeah. Let's just look out. Most people play games, so I'm just kind of looking through what you guys might want to see. Well, we have I know I've rated her before, but you can stay for the raid. Thanks. That little icon says "Shut up, Bert."
Oh, is that a pre-made one? Or
It was made for us. That's supposed to be me in there. It's hard to see, but it's cute.
Oh.
Yeah, leaving the office as her bad foot went under.
Oh man, yeah, that's
We could do science. Who you got for science, Mrs. Doe? Mahoodles? Yeah, let's do Mahoodles. I don't follow her technically on this one, but okay. Let's copy that. And we'll go over here and we'll follow them. They're doing science and technology. Okay. It's just oh. I hit the wrong button. Man, I'm hitting buttons.
keep hitting
Oh,
until
my
you get the
goodness.
right one, I guess.
There we go. Mute tab. Okay, there we go. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I feel for you. I feel for you, Deb, because when I broke my foot, it was unpleasant. Well, just give me 1 second here.
Well, and feet are bad because you walk on them all the time.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, okay, if one hand's sore, well, it's inconvenient, but use the other one until it gets better.
well, I do like these guys because they're actually they're doing cancer research, and I think we can all or cancer fundraiser too. I think we can all appreciate that. Like, I mean, there's nobody that hasn't been affected by cancer. So, do we have a raid message? Somebody want to make up a raid message, Mrs. Doe? Now it's Bart. Yep, I'm hitting buttons tonight. I think that works. Just kind of waiting on a raid message, making sure I'm on the right browser. And yep, I'm on the right browser. And I'll just start the raid there. And Mrs. Doe got us a little raid message there. That works. I do need to figure that out. Figure out a raid message. But I'll get to it. I'll get to it. I didn't even figure out a product this week. Okay, see you soon, Birdie. Bye.
We did okay, even without it.
Yep, we did. Okay, we're going to be heading out right away here. So, night, everybody. Thanks for joining us. It was a blast.
Yes,
We will
thank you
see-
very much.
See you all next Monday.